Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated. Grenada's economy is heading for its 7th year of consistent growth, averaging over 5%. Unemployment was reduced by 20%, while debt to GDP ratio was reduced from 108% to 63.5%. NNP committed to the economic and social development of our people. NNP delivering on the promise.
Only the few will see when you set the bar, but everyone will know when you've raised it.
Welcome to party. We are the greatest.
We have done it again in this, the era of greatness, with the biggest white.
We bring the most lights.
Watch greatness unfold with Mr. Killer, WeiVybz, and Lava Man, and more of Grenada's best, featuring headliner Marshall Montano and the Monk Band.
We great, absolutely.
Be at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, August 10th. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com and all Sunshine Promotions box offices. The biggest white. It's where greatness lives.
We are the greatest.
It was regarded by many as the best fete for Carnival 2018. This year, it's back, bigger and better. The second edition of the Waggy Tea Premium All-Inclusive Fete on Thursday, August 8th at 8 p.m. at the Mont Rouge Recreational Park. This is not just a fete. It's a total premium all-inclusive affair. From Trinidad, WeiVybz and the band Karma. From Barbados, Peter Ram. From St. Vincent, Skinny Fabulous.
'Cause when we roll, we don't roll alone.
And from Grenada, Jefferson Ramirez and Solid the Band, Inspector, Dash, WeiVybz, Shortpree, Vaughn, DJ Chemist, and Danny. Early bird tickets cost $350. Prepare to be amazed.
So many live with envy, jealousy and hate. Men who hunger daily for what's lying on your plate. We read it in the Bible, in the midst of paradise. How Cain just slaughtered Abel, then mankind paid the price. Since then, brother against brother has become the norm. Natural bonds of love we smother, demonic acts now to perform. And Sudan to Rwanda, only tribal wars we see. All across Africa, Hutus and Tutsis. So what's deep in a human heart? This service cannot show you. Playing friends, but the intent dark. Appearances will throw you. They will even attend your funeral.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romain.
And this is Hard Talk live on 97.5 CitysoundFM.
89.5 CRFM.
92.9 Sister Isle FM out on the beautiful Sister Isle of Carriacou.
And 94.9 We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn.
Yes, indeed. And it is once again a beautiful Monday on the Isle of Spice. We can't cut style on some of you outside in the diaspora
Yes,
when it comes to temperatures right now.
We can.
No, we cannot. Take what I'm telling you, with 110 degrees and all kind of thing.
We can't cut style.
We cannot cut style on them when it comes to temperature out there.
It's too much you're running.
Nah, boy, right now they overtake us. Some of them,
What?
yeah. Some of them ranking 35 degrees Celsius and them kind of thing. There's a hot day in Grenada, extremely hot day in Grenada. It's 35, 36, and some of them ranking that. And so, yeah, there is a heat wave that is affecting North America, Europe, and so on. And we know lots of Grenadians out there are sweltering in the heat today. Yeah. Yeah. Folks, those of you on the live, remember to like and share the live. Like and share the live this morning. Always important. Like and share the live. So, Devon, what's up for the weekend, man? How was it?
Wow.
See the kids soca monarch up there
up
in St. Andrew, up in your neck of the woods.
Looney Spark and Electrify. And they had their whole kids fun evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, soca monarch. The reigning monarch defended his
TJ,
throne.
Talfrey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, TJ.
He defended his throne, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was a nice scene, a glimpse part of it, and so because Isaiah went to yeah, it was good. Then you had the Kaiso Bars judging night.
You also had Dragons Bay, the Northwest
night,
Brigade.
Yeah.
And from all indications, that was the bomb. Yeah, here's Zingo and them. Watch if Zingo and them the charge. They make our money because you don't get a lot of people.
Kaiso Bars had
So here I didn't go.
had a full house too in Deluxe Cinema. It was well attended, well supported. You know,
So Kaiso still has a future.
a serious, a definite future. You know, and so what other activities? Well, we had
I think Roots tent. There's one tent that judged yesterday. In
last
fact,
night, yeah.
anytime from now, I expect to see the list of the finalists for the Melody Papetet Kaiso semi-finals.
There's still
I expect to
one
see
more
that list.
tent?
Is there one more tent to be judged?
I think so.
When that one is tonight or so?
Yeah.
Oh, so there's still a tent to be judged. Looking out for the list, I didn't realize they had another tent waiting to be judged.
Northwest, Sunday, Monday, yeah.
Oh, so there's a tent to be judged today.
Fireworks.
Okay, so one more tent to be
Yeah,
judged.
Deluxe Cinema tonight.
So then tomorrow we should be having the
be,
announcement
yeah,
of the finalists for the Melody Papetet.
Tonight,
Yeah, and this week, this Thursday, I believe it is. Is it Thursday? Yeah, this Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, we have the Groovy semi-finals. That'll be taking place in Tantine at the Tantine Netball Court, Carnival City. Yeah, that will be taking place this week. I'm looking for my list and I'm not seeing it, man. Yeah, my list has lisped. It's disappeared. Yeah.
Thursday.
So on
Thursday, the Groovy semi-finals at Tantine, St. George, 8 p.m. All right, $25 to
and
get
then
in.
Friday.
And then on Friday the 26th, Progress Park, semi-finals, Soca Monarch. Okay, 8 p.m., $30 in attendance fee. All right, well, traditional mass festival, that's Saturday, July 27th, Diamond Street, St. Mark's, from 5 p.m. All right, that's free. So you have 4 more significant activities taking place this week. Right, the last tent will be judged tonight, right, at the Deluxe Cinema. Right, that's a fireworks tent. And then you have the Groovy semi-finals on Thursday, the Soca semi-finals on Friday, and Saturday you have the March Gras traditional mass festival in St. Mark's. Yeah.
With the vehicle.
With the vehicle.
Yeah, the vehicle.
Also, and I think
Wade,
Sunday.
Wade, good morning, Wade. Wade said the heat is to thaw out and get ready for Spice Mass. So they're thawing out from all that winter and all that ice that in the veins and thing. They're thawing out for the Spice Mass.
Right. Also, too, on Sunday, the 28th of July, Progress Park, St. Andrews, right, is the Kaiso semi-finals. Starts at 5 p.m.
All right.
Okay.
So we have all of the different semi-finals and so coming up one by one. Nice. Beautiful. All right. So, yeah, let me see. Why watch Messenger have another tune too? Now, I want to check another tune by Messenger.
We had to touch on some of the Kaisos that we have.
Yeah, let me touch another one and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too, me too. I understand you when you say it's so hard to speak out, and you relive it every day. It's making you freak out. Though so many years have passed since those violations, time to lift your head at last. Time for retribution. abuse survivors, we shouting me too. Tell them sexual predators, we shouting me too. Your boss who attack you, then threaten to fire you, or the coach who touch you, we shouting me too. If you still living in fear, every night is a nightmare. Every day is haunting you, don't know what to do. We will stand with you, stand up and tell them me too. To amuse or as man's investment. Never had a true platform to voice our resentment. Time to stand against the norms, join this middle movement. And with social media on our side, let our stories go far and wide. We've been silent for too long, time to stand up strong. Bring those monsters down. Though you were only 10, still tell them me too. The man was your mother's friend. Shout out me too. Your nasty stepfather, that night penetrate you. Look at dirty school teacher, let the world know me too. You don't have to be ashamed. Tell somebody about your pain, that you're carrying with you, something you must do. We'll be there with you. Stand up and tell them me too. So your dignity are lost, violated by your boss. As we're witnessing the fall of the high and mighty, so-called role models and all, big shots from on TV. Sex molesters, time to pay, your judgment is coming. Remember what Coco said, the jail will be waiting. It started in America, now spreading the whole world over. Let's together strike a chord, time to get on board. Put them to the sword. Your producer rape you, just shout out me too. The judge who threatened you, just tell them me too. And the radio DJ who tried to seduce you, now your song he wouldn't play. Let the world know me too. Men who turn our lives to hell, let them feel the pain as well. Time to put them in a cell, just give them a clue of what you have been through. Stand up and tell them me too. Now is not the time to be trusting and naive. It's time for living cautiously, or you will be deceived. Mothers, when you're not around, who's watching your daughters? Plenty demons on the ground, posing as their fathers. You got to find a way to make sure, long before you open your door. Try to find out if your boo wants to sleep with you and your daughters too. So you caught him by surprise, still tell them me too. Your worst nightmare realize, just shout out me too. This is no time for secrets. If the secret's haunting you, grab your phone and report it. Hello, police. Me too. We must save our children from them sick and evil men. No money cannot buy you nothing left to do. To yourself be true. Stand up and say me too. We understand the pain that far too Down. The Me Too movement gives us an opportunity for empowerment to speak up and speak about the hurt, for healing mothers, sisters, daughters. Stand up and say, Me Too.
Decide to compose another sweet calypso again. But this time, I want it to be real plain. I ain't putting no kind of...
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you had the messenger there. Now you have the former monarch looking to regain his crown this year.
Yeah,
Notice he said his crown, because he says he only just coming back for it. Lena, man, he say Len. Scholar, he say he Len your last year.
Would be a very good competition.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm not going to say who's going to win anything. You can't judge calypso or soca or so on off of the radio. Mm-hmm. You have to judge it on the night, on the stage, the performance then. That's how you judge. So I see a set of people jumping up about who in the North and who in St. David and who in this and who in that. It all boils down to who performed the best on the night, because sometimes the names that you call in, they ain't winning. Sometimes the name that you really think and everybody looking for, somebody who nobody was looking out of the corner, just come with a song and just blow everybody away on the night. And you can't do anything but get them the crown. And I've seen it happen before, brother. I've seen it happen before.
Good morning to all of you who have joined us on the live. Pleasant good morning to all of you, wherever you are. Yeah, good morning, Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, we giving Kaiso, man. We're giving Kaiso. Yeah, man. I think we're going to take Rootsman Kelly from the top. Yeah, and then we had Denson, brother Denson. Denson, I hope you make it into the semis, you know, man. No, them good song you had, man. Try and make it into the semis this time, you know. Let's take it from the top.
Decide to compose another sweet calypso again. But this time, I want it to be real plain. I ain't putting no kind of double meaning. The smallish child must understand what I'm saying. I don't want no misinterpreting when the music playing. In most establishments, whether big or small, the workers do them like a daisical. It's like they're doing you a favor when you go to their business place. Some of them playing games on computer, production time going to waste. We need better customer service here in this place. You lazy government or even private worker, I want to tell you straight in your face. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest.
We need better customer service.
Let's make it a general practice.
We need better customer service.
Just like tourism, let's make it everybody's business.
We need better customer service.
Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service. Don't treat us so. For instance, we have a case of emergency. The police, ambulance, and fire must respond immediately. But anytime you call the police station, they never have no form of transportation, so they can't respond to the phone call that could have saved somebody's son. And if you're lucky, you get hold of the ambulance, but your heart is like 1 in a million chance. And the fire truck does always come when the place done burn. Sometimes they even come without water. My people, this is a disgrace. We need better customer service here in this place. It's time to stop treating the consumer worse than some human waste. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest.
We need better customer service.
Let's make it a general practice.
We need better customer service.
Just like tourism. reason, let's make it everybody's business.
We need better customer service.
Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When you providing a service, always put the customer first. Because without any patrons, your business go bust. Get up the phone and attend to the people quick. You must be friendly, courteous and meek. Each one should be accommodated, not yet to feel stupid. Why do we have to wait almost half an hour when your activities is not what they're paying you for? Your courtesy is so scant, you come asking me what you want. It's like you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. You need to put a smile on your face. We need better customer service here in this place. I come to give you a serious warning. Have respect for the human race. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest. We need better customer service. Let's make it a general practice. We need better customer service. Just like tourism, let's make it everybody business.
We need better customer service.
Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service.
Dreams of brighter days, a vision that's crystal clear. Things you will do, this you will be in the coming year. Of course, it's just a dream. Reality have to turn. So the quest to conquer, the quest to achieve, it has now begun. So there's a move in the right direction, a plan well draft for execution. Forward march onto a dream that now seems so dear. But on the road of execution, there are big stones and so much obstructions. And every bridge that you climb, another one starts to stare. Mountains you have to climb, but so many mountains in line. And the dream that you have now begins to slide. Attacks from a human race, spiritual wickedness in such high place. And a dream that was sweet no longer have much. Despite the rocks they're throwing your way,
Hold on to your dreams.
and some of the things bad mind people say.
Hold on to your dreams.
Despite the racumba of the opium man,
Hold on to your dreams.
the spiritual ditch and wicked intention.
Hold on to your dreams.
Despite the missiles they out to fly against your progress that's now so high, you will live and you will not die.
Hold on to your dreams.
Yes, indeed. Kaiso, as we get ready to head fully into Spice Mass 2019.
That's the last, 2 or 3 weeks before Spice Mass?
Well, this is kind of the last week of normalcy.
Yeah.
This is the most normal week you won't get for about the next month. Yeah, this is the closest you won't get to normal for the next month. After this is oil oil, is alcohol, it's all the different things. But here's what, with all of that, we want you to do it safe.
Yeah.
We want you to do it safe. Here's what.
And also be considerate.
Yeah, please. Oh, God, Devon, you take the words out of my mouth, man.
Considerate, please.
No more mouth in it. Take it out of my mouth. No, we have to be, because you can't want to be playing jab on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And people are driving their vehicles coming home from or heading to church, and you want to block the road.
Obstruct
And
them
you want to go and wind up on the people's vehicle. You can't want to do that. You have your oil and your paint and thing on you and you want to do them kind of thing. No, you can't want to do that.
It's not the best thing to do. Remember, it's not every one of us that, have fun around this time, right? Not all of us, right, celebrates Spice Mass to the fullest. You see, so we have to be very much considerate, especially to our worshippers. We must respect them. We must give them a time to also worship, And so let's tone down a bit when it's necessary, all right? You don't have to have the police to come and tell you tone down or to be considerate to others. And so you, the organizer and the revelers, use your discretion. That's just my appeal. So.
Yeah, and it's now 6 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. 6 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. Yeah, tomorrow we have the post-cabinet press briefing. We should have some guests coming in studio with us during this week. And once again, we like to thank Stan and Judd for being in with us on Friday.
Senator Judd.
Yes, indeed. A very interesting discussion, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Transportation. Some people still against the new bus route and that kind of. I can't understand that one.
They have their concerns and so, but as I always say, look, it is a necessity for those who feels it. Put yourself in the position where you have to be fighting for transportation to ply that route to get to work on time. And you'll see there are hundreds of people who does that every day to and from work. So the government has to be proactive and put things in place to ensure that everybody is satisfied.
And especially due to the fact that you have the economy in the south of the island is booming.
Yeah, it is booming.
It is getting big. Even if you look, and here's the part that I think a lot of people are missing. They're looking at the people that are trying to get from that Woodlands Cross Road down to the further south of the island, down into Grandans and so on. And they're not recognizing that little area in Woodlands around the sugar factory has become an industrial center itself.
Oh, they better start paying attention to around there.
When you look across by Sugar Bowl and you see the construction that's taking place there, those of you who know Woodlands and Woburn, you know Sugar Bowl. Yeah, Mr. Fitz, good morning. Yeah, Fitzy, morning. So those of you that know that area would realize that you see that plane there has become pretty active. Apart from Ayub and On the Spot and Mr. Marcus and them there. And Woodland Sugar Factory. As we say, Clark Scott Rum. I'm not too sure Nawasas continues to have something there. I think it's been moved. I think it's been, if I remember correctly, I think it's been moved now. Then above the road from On the Spot, you have some businesses operating there.
On the same side, though, with the sugar factory, right behind you have there's a Chinese hotel.
Yeah.
Operating.
And you have a school, a private school.
And a private school
that's there as well.
That's operating.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you, after the Woodland Sugar Factory there, I keep saying Woodland Sugar Factory, I'm from Springs, that's how we just talk. But Clark Scott. On the opposite side to Clark Scott, you'll realize that a development is taking place there as well.
Right there.
Yeah. So the land has been cleared there and there's a major development taking place there.
Also.
Yeah.
At the top of that area there, they're beginning to cut road, clearing that area with the intention of...
It's a road they me looking forward to driving now, boy. A concrete road, the road look like he's going up to heaven.
Exactly. That's way.
But there's that one. And after you pass there and you look on your right, you see about 2 or 3 businesses that are opening up there and expanding and that sort of thing. And in Woburn itself, there are 1 or 2 things taking place there. They're the people that work out on the island and all of that. So it is an important route. We have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, Devon and Sheldon. Good morning.
Morning,
my love.
Are
you hearing me?
Yes,
we're hearing you. We're hearing you clearly. You go right
Are
ahead.
you hearing me clearly? Well, good morning.
Morning.
Hard talk this morning.
Yes, go ahead.
This is hard talk, right? And I want the Grenadians to listen home and abroad, right? We as tenants, and it was terminal. We paying a rent. Every year we have to sell it, right? You have a big machine this morning. They bring a machine and lay it right in front of one of the tenant booths. without letting us as tenants over the years that paying a rent here. This company just come and put a machine, so you put your money and you can buy the same water that we selling. So the board in Port Authority, they have to come and remove that machine here. They have to come and remove it because the person that put that machine here, they don't have a booth here. And we have to pay a rent. And the board know that you can't beg outside of the booth. So how they put a machine here, Sheldon Scott and Devon Romain? What kind of thing is that? So I want Mr. Felix and the rest of the members of the board to come around your strike. All busman, all people are on booting in Antomia, we strike in. Let that machine pay them for the day too. They can't do that. They cannot do that to us. That is wrong. You cannot afford wrong things in this country. Yes, that is wrong. If the man had a boot, Mr. Scott, I could have seen the man have a machine. But they put it right in front of Brendan booth. We have to speak out when things is wrong in this country. And I'm calling on the Prime Minister, I'm calling on the representative of the Town of St. George, that they have to do something about that. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. All right. Hard talk.
Hard talk.
Yeah.
As it is.
Please, I hope it's no Mount Pure again. They've been in enough. I don't know.
I would really love to know which company is that, Cami.
But the thing is, I think the main thing is not even which company. I think what Cami is getting at is that she sells water. Brendan, I know Brendan. Brendan sells water and other drinks and so on as well. And you have most of the booths and them that they sell. They sell water and so on when they go by local man. They sell water and so. And if you are going to allow someone who is not a tenant, in other words, according to the rules of the terminal, vending is not allowed.
Exactly.
So you're not allowed to vend because there are people that pay a rent, that pay utilities and so on for the upkeep of the terminal and to vend. And therefore, a person who is, quote unquote, not a vendor, to be able to sell there, they find that to be a problem. I think that's what Cami is getting at.
That is exactly
that it's wrong in her view, and maybe in the view of many others, that the machine could be placed there. Don't know if the person is paying to sell the water there too. But the problem is that they find that is a problem. Yeah, look, somebody's asking me, which Cami, let us, well, they want to know what company, so are they just like drama in this place? You know? Cami, somebody wants to know what company. So if you can give us a buzz and let us know which company is selling the water there.
It is sung very unfair. He's listening it from one side. And we got to be very careful. Listening it from one side. Right? Cami, who is a vendor at the bus terminus, right, is letting us know what is going on. And in her view, it is unfair. Right? And based on the rules and regulation that is stipulated there, you know, it seems that it's something that has to be seriously looked into, right? And some sort of satisfaction or explanation must be given to the vendors, right, who are basically renting and so on.
You see, also, let's look at this aspect of it. It can also be a situation that the water that's being sold is the same water that Cami and them selling. And therefore, the people who put because most likely it'll be the company that's doing the water and so on, that put that machine there, they have to recognize that their water is already being sold there. Yeah? It may be a new entrant, maybe somebody else. So that's why I think it is important to find out which company it is.
And that discussion must be held.
What we'll say here to the leadership there at the bus terminal, in other words, the management of the bus terminal, you need to speak with the various tenants there and let them know what's going on. Because remember, this is not only how they pay you, this is how they earn a living.
Yeah.
And it might sound as just water to you, but when you...
Water is the hottest selling commodity right there.
That's the fastest selling, especially in this heat. It's the fastest selling thing there. Yeah? So you may have to... Cami, you give us a call and let us know what company. So at least we have an idea what company is doing it there. And let us know as well if some of you on the terminal selling that same water.
So you will know how to, gauge. And so it's very important. And we understand the concerns, right, of all. Just need some clarity, right? Port Authority, who's responsible for the bus terminus, I mean, something has, to be said to the vendors. And the mere fact that Camille is calling and raise her concern is because no consultation, nothing has been said to them. And
look again, more people asking, what company? So I have no idea.
Yeah,
so we're going to ask Camille to give
yes.
us a call back and let us know what company it is. All right?
Good morning to all the bus drivers and conductors, different bus terminals around our island. Good morning to all of you. And we hope you're having a wonderful day. All right? And give it your best. Good morning. Good morning, Camille.
I don't know who the company. You know the machine that you could have if you have to put some money on a Coke or a Fanta come out?
Yeah.
Yes. That is not right, Sheldon. They put this machine right in front of the man's place. I mean, we did years. So they were put one in front of my place now. But that was the problem. And I know that it's this morning. I know management and the Port Authority and the members of the board, they are better than that. They cannot come and just put a machine out here and we are tenants selling the same thing. And that man don't have a book on the terminal.
What is
right in Grenada?
What is being sold?
That cannot happen.
What is being sold?
The owner that put that thing there is they had a book and they bring a machine and everything in front of the book. We didn't have a problem. But the man don't have a book here. Sorry, child.
Was asking,
right.
Camille, we asking what is being sold from it? Water and what else?
Water, Coke, Monster, Fanta, Arizona, right in front of the man's place there. And that is not right.
No.
That is not right. And the members of the board know better. They say them is educated people. Why you do that? You can't do that to poor people. We get here. You understand?
All right.
And they come, they run the wire on this thing Sunday. You can't do that. You can't do that to people.
Okay.
And they don't even notify us as tenants. Call a meeting and say, well, look, somebody want to operate a machine. So I get all of y'all as the tenants to let all you know. They don't notify us nothing. You understand? And just come and you place a machine there. And we have to pay a rent for the month up. So anybody that's passing, they don't must come and buy from me, or buy from Brendan, or buy from Linda. They could just go and punch, they want a month, and then we have to find the money for the end of the month to pay Port Authority. Port Authority, we say no. We say no to that. We say no to that Port Authority. Trust me, that is not right. Wow. That is not right, Port Authority. Because we have to pay a rent for the month up. So that means they want to get rid of poor people. They want to get rid of us. That'll going on soon. Mr. David, if you listen, anybody's listening, using MP for the summer center, they have a problem, they have to fix that. Brendan, I'm child. I don't know, I will find out why the company name and let you know a little later.
Okay,
right.
No problem. Thank you. Yeah, so it's not a water company.
No,
it is an individual that has these machines that's selling various beverages. Yeah, and as we know, Brendan, and those of you that know Brendan selling beverages there. And from ever since, since he probably one of the first people on the terminal since it opened. And Brendan used to be in town before that, isn't it? Yeah, so it's not Brendan in Just Reach. Yeah, Camille in Just Reach. Yeah, we're not saying that somebody who just started can't have an opportunity, but we're saying that some sort of dialogue needs to take place between the vendors on the terminal, because if anything is being done that's going to reduce their profit margin, it means that they will then have a difficulty either in paying you, the board, or in paying their bills. Yes. So it's going to be a problem. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon. How are you?
Not too bad, my friend.
Yeah, well, Sheldon and Devon, at times you got to look back, right? You got to look back from 2008 to 2013. In 2008, you had a government that was causing a lot of problems to the Grenadian people, giving Grenadian people a lot of headache, creating a lot of problems, could not solve problems. Right? Because everything that they're doing is in the reverse. But come 2013, the Grenadian people elect a government which solve problem, the solving problem for the Grenadian people. And Brother Sheldon, I want to take you back to look at the bushing. In 2008, with the bushing, you have the truckmen that is the thing on the port fighting for the road walk. You have the men who work in construction fighting for a fortnight. Right? But now you have government that is active and they have vision to help develop the country. And where you see they put out the road wardens, there are less people that we have to get to work on the road. Right? The truckmen again, the construction boom is on increase. The truckmen getting work on the port, so then there's no problem. Less people, and see that you have people doing the road warden and bushing. More people will get employed in the bushing. My brother said I could remember in 2013 again, test cricket could have been played on the port because there was nothing going on the port. But now the port busy, construction busy, right? And right now I could say about 2 or 3 times for a month the cement book coming in, right? Because the time cement reach here, like we say, before you land, you finish. While in 2008, 2013, like it's about passes to come once a month because cement could not be hardly there or no construction, nothing going on. So I say this government, the solve problem, the create problem, and the fight and the develop the country, and they want a government that here presently, that a united government that bring peace and stability to the Ghanaian economic and to the people of Greater Carriacou and Petermatic. All right? I want to say kudos to this government for doing what they're supposed to do and what they are elected to do, to bring make life much easier for the Ghanaian people. I want to say keep up the good works that they are doing. They have a visionary leader in Dr. Kit Mitchell. And a government that is united. The members of parliament, they are supporting the leader and they are supporting the constituency because they are voted there to look after the constituency, and they are doing exactly that. So I want to say kudos and God bless this government for the wonderful work that they are doing. Thank you, President.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Hey, and 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
Yeah, Hannah is asking, have you ever seen a machine been placed in an open area like that? I know there are machines up at the hospital, which I think is much needed there. So where are when there are booths already selling drinks there? Okay. Yeah. All right. I wonder, the malls and so could do with some of those.
Yes.
But then the people who in the malls going to say, look, we are offering that service. Why are you putting that here?
You have to be careful as to how and where you're doing that. We do not know the rationale for that, right? But, I mean, consultation, and we would love to have more information as to the reason why it's being placed there, right? Is it that the persons within the bus terminals cannot supply the needs of the commuters who visit the bus terminals every day? I mean, I want to know. Because there are so many, persons who have the little booths there, and almost every one of them sell drinks.
Yeah.
So it is a question to ask, are they supplying enough?
So I think the main direction for this to go is for the leadership there on the terminal, the management of the St. George bus terminal, which I believe is the Grenada Ports Authority, to have a meeting with the tenants and let them know what is taking place, because the move that is making does affect them from a financial standpoint. Even if it's $3 you take out of the pocket, that might be the bus money Miss Cammy had to pay to go home. It might be the $3 that she had to pay to come back down. So even if it's $3 that come out from her pocket, to us it may sound as nothing. You might say, well, that's just $3. But to the vendor themselves, who had to take the bus to go up and to come down and so on, it is something. Yeah, and the $3 does add up. All right? So it's only fair.
It's like you're telling the bus drivers and the bus terminals that Port Authority bringing in 10 coasters and they'll be running different routes at different times. I mean, that's that is something that will definitely create problems. So I think communication, the discussion has to continue, and so on.
Let's see.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning,
sir.
to you, sir.
And good morning to your listening audience. Well, Mr. Scott and Mr. Romain, this machine could only be placed there with the permission and the authorization of Port Authority. Now, if this machine is to be moved, I don't want Port Authority to just get the person to remove this machine. But they must also give us some logical reasoning as to why that happened. Don't just call the gentleman and say, well, listen, based on whatever transpired, you need to move it. No, we need to know what was the logic. You understand? In placing a machine like that there, when 99%, to the best of my knowledge, of the drinks that is being sold in this machine is also being sold by people that have booths there. So we don't just move it, but let me hear the rationale. Now, whilst we are Port Authority, I want to say here, somehow the bus terminal in Grenville, where Port Authority is also responsible, they're responsible for, we are getting a raw deal. We are getting a bad deal. We are getting a deal up there that kind of tell us that somebody don't care. Because Port Authority needs to place some more emphasis on getting the Grenville bus terminal fully functional. Because we, the people of Grenville, we just can't figure out what is the dragging of the feet is all about. There are roughly about a dozen booths in the Grenville bus terminal that is closed. And no one seems to know what is happening there. Nobody seems to have no idea. So somebody needs to come out and say something. Grenville bus terminal is underutilized, and honestly speaking, gentlemen, to the best of my knowledge, it is an unfinished product. Because I just can't figure out how this terminal become functional, and we have to have the portable toilets there. And we have a facility that is right next to the sea. So building, putting a building there with some urinals, you know what I mean? Like how they have it in St. George's here for people to urinate. I just cannot figure it out. I just cannot figure it out for the life of me. So Port Authority, they are the ones who is responsible. I mean, these are people we pay some decent monthly salary to run this, to manage these facilities. And Grenville, I cannot go and ask the minister because there is a Port Authority that is responsible. Somebody need to say something because the amount of commerce that can take place in the bus terminal presently, they leave everything up to the refreshment house and thing that Mr. Kuma put next to his building there to make more money. While you could have ordinary man and woman in Grenville, whoever go through the correct process, this boot should be issued to in order to create some more commerce. And I just don't understand why. And it seems that we're not seeing any movement there that will give us some form of indication that things is about to take place. So Port Authority, I'm not beating up on you. But you all need to come and say something. If money is the problem, tell us. But nobody's saying nothing. The booths are there vacant, and commerce is stifled. Have a pleasant day, gentlemen.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. And,
that's also something we have to look into and find out the
And
proper information on it.
I live in St. Andrews. I live in Grenville. So I could identify with what the caller is saying.
What
right,
I must say,
comes
though,
to,
I have never, and I think that's one of the reasons I can't. I've never used the Grenville bus terminal. I've never had cause to use the Grenville. As you know, I travel, I have my own vehicle. But I've never had cause to use the Grenville bus terminal.
But you know, Sheldon, in looking at it, right, sometimes you have to lay blame where it's supposed to be from the initial stage, from the beginning. And I blame the Tillman Thomas-led government during 2008 to 13, right, for the state in which the bus terminus is at right now. They have to take full responsibility for the state there right now. There must be no hiding of responsibility when it comes to that, right? And so but something has to be done very soon. And so to make the people of Grenville, St. Andrews, and the surrounding areas much more comfortable in using the bus terminus, the urinal
But
in particular.
even as we speak about the bus terminus, yesterday though, I noticed something a little boat coming outside there. See the car boat here again? What will you put? What you put in a vehicle? No, seriously, asking a question. You already have serious congestion when you're going into the south of the island, you're coming out. Even in Paradise at the Paradise Bridge, to cross there sometime, you have congestion. Sometimes you have vehicle backing up the two directions just to pass there. And there's a traffic light there. But you still end up with congestion one direction or the other from time to time. In Paradise, up in St. Andrew, you're having congestion up there. The town of Grenville, sometimes you're passing through. Vehicle ram left, right, and center. Guave. If vehicles park up along Lower Depredine Street, that do it for you. And especially on the lands itself, like there's an activity or just a lot of the people home, so they have the vehicle parked at the side of the road, man, you have problems because it becomes one-way traffic. So you have to wait on one side or the other. So MPW really need that road, another road going wrong, ting.
That outer road,
Eventually, I believe that for Lower Depredine Street and the Lance area, eventually you may end up having to have one-way traffic. No, seriously. You may end up having to have one-way traffic on one part or the other because of the parking problems, unless parking is created that allows the free... Because you can't... somebody's living right there. And I'm not against somebody parking because you're living right there. So that's where you're going to park. But what it does is it creates a situation where you have one-way traffic flowing through there. You can't have two lanes. Yeah, so it is definitely something that I know the MP, there was a discussion taking place in relation to the expansion of Guelph Town itself, expansion towards the sea. That in itself would create an opportunity for new businesses and parking as well. You could even probably get a small bus terminal for Guelph out there so that the buses can terminate out there. Yeah, once it ain't affecting the beach, once it's not affecting the beach, that's the main thing. Leave the beach, right? Leave the beach day.
Sheldon, some of the problems that we have when it comes to traffic and the question of parking and so, it's we ourselves that created it, and we continue to blame the government for it. Yes, infrastructural development has to continue. More has to be made available. But my God, tell me, if you know you're living in an area, right, you walk in, and there's hardly any place for you to walk, why would you want to go and buy a vehicle and park it where?
Well, you see, the thing is, you really can't tell a person that they don't want to move forward and buy a vehicle.
Yes, I understand.
But understand where you're coming from as well with the parking part of it.
Because it will create a problem if you do not have a place to park it.
We know in the U.S. and many other countries, what they do is they construct their houses in a way that they park underneath. So you park downstairs, or you drive down into a little kind of basement and you park, so that the roads are clear. Here in Grenada, we don't construct like that. We build a house, or you buy a house, or you get a house from your mother and father that was passed on to you, And it's not like parking was ever taken into consideration back in those days. You have the problem again with the parking along the road in Granans Valley. As soon as you pass, my good friend there, Qualitech Printers and what's the other printer there again? Samir. Gren Graphics.
Yes.
As soon as you pass Gren Graphics heading into Grandance area there, and you look on the left-hand side, where they have some wonderful food, because people always park up there buying food and things. If you ain't know about it, you better go and try it. Yeah, the soup and thing down there. They have excellent food, so they always have people park up there, day as well as nighttime. Like people going there for lunch, they're still going back for dinner, and they're still going back for a nightcap. So they always have people park up there. And it does cause a problem with the free flow of traffic. Is it a problem in some locations you can solve? In some locations, yes. It is difficult to solve it in other areas, because what would have to happen is, in order to widen roads in some areas here in Grenada, the government of Grenada
You have to reclaim.
is going to have to,
You have to reclaim. Yeah.
And some people are already living too close to the road.
Yeah. They are not following the guidelines set by planning and so.
But you see, in some cases, the road come long after the road end up that way. Because you have some, like for instance, I know years ago in Monjaloo, when they were widening the road, I know that government had to spend significant sums to many of the landowners in Monjaloo to purchase an area where they had a wall so that you could widen the road in that area. So you had to purchase, whether it's how much thousand or whatever you say, we had to purchase. And you had to purchase pieces of land from people to be able to widen the road. That's why Monjaloo has a road that's kind of wide. You had to purchase and then you had to pay damages for anywhere that you damage and that sort of thing. I think we have a caller though.
Well, I'll ask a question after. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, that person seems to have changed their mind.
Is there a law, and subject to correction, I'm seeking that information. Is there a law when it comes to the road, right, in this country? Does government has the authority to, let's say the road is 8 feet, but 8 feet and an excess that we call walkway and all these sort of things?
I think there is something on the books. I cannot confirm, but if I remember correctly, there's something that states there's a certain amount of feet from the edge of the road that remains government property.
Well, a couple of feet.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's 6 feet or 4 feet or whatever it is, that remains government property. But you see what has happened over the years, various governments, and we're talking about since Gary days.
Yeah, some way
These
back,
things have not been adhered to. So you end up with a problem where some people basically build in the road. That is a problem now. You have areas where people basically have built in the road, yes.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Is that the station?
Yes, you're live, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Morning.
I call in from Grandance Valley.
Yes, sir.
Again, with the loud noise, with the music.
Wow.
We calling on the Monroe police to do something, please. It never stopped. Yesterday we came from church about after 11, about 12 o'clock. This person played this music until about 5 in the evening. All in the night, in the morning time, you're hearing this loud music. We've been calling so much time. We go to the station, we make report over and over, and nothing can be done concerning the music, the loud noise.
Have you
Somebody called on, I think, Shaggy program this morning concerning the same loud noise music near the Hubbard's hardware down there.
Okay.
We need some kind of a help, please.
I don't know what again. Have you spoken directly to Commissioner? Hello?
Anyhow, thank you so much.
Oh boy. All right. I think this individual needs to speak directly to Commissioner. There is an act on the law books in relation to noise. A lot of people don't even realize your next door neighbor cannot even do construction, like a large-scale construction, unless they get permission from you for the noise that it's going to, during that period of time. Because it is considered unfair for you to be living there, and they have major construction going on next door and using things like jackhammer and all sort of thing. And you might be there with a sick relative, you might be there with a baby, and every time the baby fall asleep is when the person started the bandsaw or the they jackhammer or they drill and all sorts of things. So there are laws on the books in relation to these things. I think that you all as a group need to seek a meeting with the commissioner directly on this issue. Because this is not just today that this caller is calling with this.
No, at all.
I think even before Devon was here, this caller has been calling in relation to this problem popping up every now and again. And it seems as though the people that are doing it, that are playing the music, just don't care. They ain't care. Whether you're old, you're young, you're different, they ain't care. Just make noise. And we can't. That's one of the problems we have. When we don't consider each other, that's where we end up with problems in things. And that's where this problem is coming up.
Consideration for others. We want people, right? And it's important that we continue to live like that, because after the carnival season is over, that person is still your neighbor. That person is still someone that you can go to and ask for something. So we have to consider persons in all instances, not just when it's convenient to you. So as I said in the beginning, we have to be more considerate, and so with our music and the way in which we revel. Yes, we have the permission. Spice Mass was launched, right, and everything. And we have the authority, the permission to have fun, but we must have fun discreetly. We must consider other people.
It comes back to what we were talking about before. When we see some people coming home from church, and then you see some people want to stand up in the middle of the road and wind up on the vehicle and block them. And, we've even had instances of people throwing oil and thing and beers and all kind of thing on people's vehicle and that kind of thing, which is assault. It is, the people in the vehicle, and you do that sort of thing, technically, especially if it falls on the people in the vehicle, that's assault. You could be charged for that. So, damage to property, there are different charges you could get from that kind of thing.
And even the language that we use when we see persons, coming in from...
And not even persons coming in from church. Sometimes people just don't have nothing to do with carnival, and they're going about their business, and you want to block and do these kind of things. So we have to be careful with that. And we have to try and be a bit considerate. A bit considerate in relation to others. When it comes to the noise, especially, the area that you are, and no one is saying that you can't have something. No one is saying that you can't have an activity and you get the permission from the police as you're supposed to get, and you have your activity for a period of time. But when that period of time has ended, consider the other people. Sometimes somebody I know what it's like when you want to sleep and you can't go to bed because somebody making noise next door, That's one of the most annoying things, to get your temper up the fastest,
I know I always say, Sheldon, let's look at it on the flip side. What if the persons within the church congregations and so decide on a Sunday morning, when a lot of us come out from party and so and decide to rest and so, they come out with their drums and so from 5 in the morning and just have a parade, just beating drums and singing gospel songs right through the morning up until 12. I wonder how some of us will feel, right, if they are doing that. You have to be considerate to persons, right? And
not everybody like carnival, not everybody like church. So the people who are religious, they will understand that, look, that's your thing.
Yes.
But you must also understand that being religious is their thing. So you can't interrupt them. Come on, not everybody likes carnival. Not everybody like the color red. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Not everybody likes the color blue. Some people like it, some people don't like it. That's just how God made us. Some of us like one thing, some of us like another. Everybody's different. If everybody like the same color and the same thing, well, then we'd have a war in this place, because everybody would be fighting for the same thing.
And a next thing, a concern I have, and I continuously hear the police and the authorities speak of that. The time for jab. My God. Carnival, yes, Carnival has launched, but even before the launch of Carnival, you see persons walking the public road, right, with tar or charcoal or whatever, playing mass, depicting the whole question of the jab, right? You have these things going on when it should not. I'm questioning what is going on, right, with the level of, I don't know. I don't even want to go. Because every year you hear the same thing. And that is where the problem is, Sheldon. When persons do not want to hear and respect the rule of the land, the law of the land, it is stated that you cannot and you must not do these things before a particular time and after a particular time. But yet for all, we continue to disobey. And when we find ourselves in problems, right, then we blame the police, we blame the government, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. And Devon, while we're on that too, let me again, because I like to always use the opportunity to remind revelers, especially ladies, young ladies, middle-aged ladies, older ladies, and even men, be very careful where you drink, who you drink from. Yeah? Be very careful. Yeah? Speak to some of the nurses at the hospital, and you'll find out why you need to be very careful. Yes. Speak to some of them. The nurses at the general hospital, or even at some of the clinics, speak to them and you'll find out why you need to be careful in taking drinks from people just like that. Yeah? Because there are some dangerous guys out there. And
Guys
girls
and
too.
Girls, yeah.
And girls too. Who have been spiking people's drinks. And you see some people, they go out and they're so trusting because it's Grenada and they're so trusting, so they're just taking drink from people and think, no. Be very careful with that. Yeah? I haven't heard any new cases within the last couple months or so. But I know that it does happen. And the time that they go into overdrive with that is around now. There are certain medications over the counter and even under the counter that people are taking, and they're using it for nefarious purposes, placing it in people's drinks and getting them to do things that under a normal head they would not have done. So we have to be very careful with that. Warning you all, look out for it. Yeah, be very careful, look out for it. Nice.
And another thing, as we on the whole question of tips for the carnival, right? The question of the eating habits, right? First, I want to urge the persons who are preparing, right? Who are preparing food to sell to the general public during this festive time, right? You must ensure that you have your badge. You are certified by the Ministry of Health. You have the permission to do so. You must ensure that whatever you sell is health worthy, right? It's well prepared, and you provide a good service for those, because you want the support. And to those of you who continue to buy and to eat on the street, you have to be very careful as to who you buy from and what you eat. Pay attention to the methods of preparation, where it's being prepared. You know, you is the one that is consuming it. You is the one that gets that end product and will suffer in case anything happens. So I'm urging both those who are preparing and those who are consuming, be careful how you prepare and be mindful of what you eat and who you eat from. Try to eat from persons on the street who are certified, okay, to be part of the vendors selling during this festive time. You can only protect yourself. It's only you alone that would benefit if you ensure that, you follow these procedures.
Devon, while you're talking about selling, folks, look out for the counterfeit. Remember the counterfeiters had to get rid of it. Yes. The money has changed. The $50 note is in circulation now. Yeah. The 100 starts circulating.
No, not yet.
But it should be starting circulating anytime from now.
So they want to dump them out.
The 20s had to start circulating anytime. The last one to circulate going to be the $5 that is next year. Counterfeiters doesn't waste paper and money and ink to make $5 and $10. They just make the 20, the 50, and the 100. Be very careful. Look out for those counterfeit monies. Remember, the normal money, when you pass your hand over the 100 in words, you can feel it. You can feel the 100. Yeah? Same with the 50 and the 20 and the 10, the 5, all of them. You can feel the raised part, so you could feel the letters, the numbers 100. If you look at it up to the light, you see the image of the Queen's face on the left-hand side. If you're holding it from the front, you can see that on it. There are also other security features you can see on it. Right? So be very careful. Also, the size of it. Yeah, if you have a set of money and you load all of them up together and you realize one smaller than the rest, most likely that is counterfeit. Or you see one larger than the rest, most likely that is counterfeit. All right, even the texture of the paper, yeah? And the texture of the paper can fool you because some of what they're doing too is they're using existing money, like the $5. Bleach it and print over 100 on it or print over 50 on it.
That's how sophisticated they are.
Yeah. They're taking the $5, they're straightening it out, they're bleaching it out till it have no color. And then they're printing over on it, they print for the $100. So when you feel the paper feel as normal money.
So that
the
that
thread will
aspect
still
is
be
there.
there. But it is fake. So the size will be correct. The thread might be there, but if you pay attention to the thread, you'll be seeing is a $100 note, but it's 5 mark on the thread. Yeah? You might even feel a little raised thing, but is a 5 or is a 10? It's not a 50 or 100. So you have to feel it properly. So be very careful.
Yeah, there are so many things that we have to be mindful of during this festive time, right? Our health, the way we do business, and we have to look out for each other during this festive time, right? The security of our homes is very important as to what we secure, right? For example, you don't leave your home unattended during this time and go. You don't leave your key for your house any way for persons to know and time you and get into your house and steal your valuables. You have to be security conscious when it comes, right, to securing your house and your family. So be mindful of that. Pay attention to the details of what you do. Right? Some of us, when it's around the festive time, we tend to get crazy. We tend to think of 5 and 6 and 7 things to do at one time. Thus we make mistakes and we become vulnerable. Right? So you have to be careful. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Sheldon Devon.
Morning.
The counterfeit money, you have a number on it that you could trace it?
Well, different ones have different numbers, but it's rather than having a whole list of the numbers, you have to learn the different features to look for, like the feel and to look for the security features on the money. There's a list of numbers of some fake ones that came out earlier this year. But all they'll do is they'll just change numbers every now and again.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we get, I'll search for the list that we had of the numbers that are counterfeit, and we'll give it out again. All right, my brother?
You take care of a good day, brother.
Okay,
right.
great. Thank you.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
And another tip again, our children, okay? Be mindful of where your children go and who they go with. What event you allow them to go to. Okay, you have to protect your children during this festive time. Be cautious, right? Be mindful of some of the places they go and what can happen. Like, for example, this weekend there was an activity in Progress Park, and yes, it was an activity for kids, and so. But I think that the organizers should be mindful, and it's not the first time it's happening, should be mindful of the cutoff time, especially when you advertise for children.
Not only that, some of the music, bro. Some of the music.
Yes.
Somebody issued a challenge. I saw it somewhere on social media over the weekend. Somebody issued a challenge to some of the artists that when they release songs, consider that you might be having a kids fest or something, and you want a song that can be played at the kids fest without any sort of controversy, that you have a song that can be played at the kids fest. Yeah, and as we say, kids fest and thing, Devon, I had to play this one, because we have something coming up there just in about 2 weeks there. Yeah, so I had to play this.
Third, it's NNP's All Day Fat. From 12 noon, we kick it off.
NNP's All Day Fat.
Enjoy great music, top DJs, top artists, and of course the food in the All Day Fat. Enjoy our national dish.
All down.
Barbecue.
Pilau, crab and dumpling.
Curry mutton, waters, pea soup, Creole fish, cuckoo and callaloo, chicken, fish, fries, and many more. A solid bar. Other attractions includes card games, dominoes, and of course some of your top and favorite artists. Carnival Saturday, August 3rd. NNP's All Day Fat at the Party Office, Big Yard, Mount Helicon, and St. George's. See you there.
Yeah, that one's a classic, huh?
Political situation is so complex, who can understand people? Alright. And every day people expressing different interpretations. Let us analyze just a little more. Our inner thoughts more deeply explore. Personal feeling objective, I say. Even if it's hard, we still have to try. We have to recognize the conditions that brought us so. Then determine which way we want to go. Because the same stick that beat the black dog is the same now will strike the wine. So for Grenada's sake, we have no choice but to unite. That's right. And let us who dwell among us without sins cast the first stone. Show me a man who has not done wrong. Each one wants to blame his adversary and hide his own faults. But tell me, how long can this game go on? Where is the love, my people? Where is our unity? We have to build a home on trust and integrity.
Yes, indeed.
Build our sense of strength.
You know what, Devon? I want to take this opportunity as we ending the program here today. I'm not going to take any calls right now. I want to end on a note because over the past few weeks, a lot has been said in relation to me, Sheldon Scott. A lot has been said by many people in different parts of the Grenadian society. And I'm not just talking politics here. A lot has been said by various people in various capacities and so on. And I'd just like to make something very, very clear here. This is the first time I'm speaking on this issue. First time. I've not said a single word. Neither on this program. No media house can say that they got a quote from me. I've not said a single, even members of my own family cannot say that I've said anything to them in relation to this particular issue of cell phone use and so on. What I can say is this. I would not do anything that would end up costing the Grenadian taxpayer a single cent. That's what I will say. And as such, I have sent to the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Finance this letter, and I'll read right now what I, Sheldon Scott, have sent to the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Finance. Yeah? Dear P.S. Clark, I write to you regarding the matter of mobile account 1473-534-5113, currently in the name of the Government of Grenada. I acknowledge that this number was assigned to me in May 2013 in my capacity as Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sport and has been in my possession up to the end of my parliamentary stint in 2016, June 2016. Said number remained in my possession after June 2016, and as such, I accept full liability and responsibility for all charges incurred on said account Digicel number 1473-534-5113 from July 2016 to the present date. Please note that I have discontinued the use of this number, and I trust between myself and your ministry an amicable formula for the repayment and or payment of any sums paid or owed on said account can be reached within a reasonable time frame. Looking forward to your response on this matter soonest. So I have sent this letter to the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Finance. Any monies that are owed on that account will be paid by me. Because the way I've been hearing some people getting on and saying things out there, I'm wondering if on some occasion, and Devon, you can bear me out, if on some occasion I've said that I don't take responsibility.
No, but you have said it clear.
I'm wondering if on any occasion I have said that I did not and do not take any responsibility for this. Any money, any, down to the last halfpenny, if we still used to use halfpenny, will be repaid by myself. Yeah, I just want to make that clear because I'm addressing it now. I don't intend to address it again. I do not intend to address it again, but I thought it important because there are people out there who are going after my children, which I take extremely personal. There are people out there who are going after members of my family. If you have a problem with Sheldon Scott, keep it with Sheldon Scott. You see, when it comes to my family and my extended family, I take that one kind of personal. Yeah, if it means that I have to go to the Royal Grenada Police Force in relation to the harassment of certain members of my family, I'll do it. If it means I have to go the legal route for some of the things that have been said, and for some of the people that have been saying some things there, if I have to go the legal route, no problem. Yeah? But as it comes on this matter, I've dispatched this letter to the permanent secretary. I trust it is in front of her by now, but it was sent. And that is the only statement that I'm making on this particular issue. All right? I think that should be the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. No, and I'm not giving anybody my new number. No. Don't message for it. I am not giving any copies of my new number. No. All right? Okay, folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here. Indeed, and whatever you say and whatever you do, keep it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you.
Not about you.
I am out of here.
Public Utilities Regulatory Commission now has the power to regulate and set the price of electricity. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news of Friday, July 19th, I am Sherry Noel. Grenada's Public Utilities Regulatory Commission now has the power to regulate and set the price of electricity. The commission was launched on Friday. It was established by an Act of Parliament in 2016 and will be responsible for setting and regulating tariffs, advising and making recommendations to the Public Utilities Minister, setting rates for network license and keeping it at a satisfactory level so that providers can meet their profit margin. The PURC was established due to government's concerns with the public utilities sector and the need to lower the price of electricity for medium and long-term benefits. Acting Prime Minister and Public Utilities Minister Honorable Gregory Boeing is hopeful that the Commission will also provide incentives for the production of energy from renewable resources.
The Public Utilities Commission was established. However, that entity was operational for only a brief period. There was therefore no mechanism in place to regulate the price of electricity. And why did they operate for a brief period? Because their mandate was not the mandate of now. They could not touch prices. They could not really regulate.
He highlighted some of the challenges faced over the years within the sector.
Between January 2011 and December 2014, electricity prices ranged from 50 US cents to 68 US cents per kilowatt hour. At those prices, you can well imagine the hardship faced, especially on low-income consumers. Clearly, the government had to act, and so it did. We decided that it could not be business as usual and took initiatives to ensure a more favorable environment.
The Commission is only responsible for regulating Grenelec for now. However, the establishment of the Commission will open avenues for new players to enter the market.
We are responsible for setting, initiating, and conducting reviews of tariffs charged by public utilities. determining complaints made by consumers against public utilities to which the Act applies. Section 4 of the ESA Act, remember I said these should be looked at pari passu, regulate self-generating as described in the ESA, including setting rates for network licensees and which they are paid by the generators.
The Acting Secretary General of the Caribbean Tourism Organization is urging member countries to see the importance of community-based tourism. Mr. Neil Walters says we must never take for granted the things that visitors would welcome. He was addressing the first Tourism Awards ceremony at the Spice Isle Beach Resort on Thursday.
In recent times, we've seen food festivals emerging. They promote indigenous cuisine, and they're popular with visitors. So what if we did not hold back on the traditional delicacies that we're sometimes hesitant to unleash on visitors? And I use the word unleash purposely. I'm sure many visitors would love those experiences. Some of our countries have communities skilled in pottery. We may need to move away from just selling pottery to giving pottery lessons. I am pretty sure that that would create some pretty interesting Facebook and Instagram moments. And those are just a couple examples of the ways that things that we do normally, we go along and we don't really pay a whole lot of attention to them. And how we live, how they can add value as we enhance the tourism industry.
The awards is the brainchild of Tourism Minister Dr. Clarice Modest-Cohen. The GTA says it was conceptualized to celebrate the industry's success by recognizing tourism businesses and stakeholders make significant contributions. Minister Modest-Cohen says we have so much to be proud of, especially with a number of our hotels having been recognized in 2019.
The government of Grenada has set aside some money for small hotels so that nobody is left out in this industry. And if you have a small hotel that has not been doing well, there is some financing that could assist. We have been training staff. We've been training senior staff. We have a project going on to assist in the marketing and so on. So there are a number of things that can be done. We have some money set aside, administered by GHTA for a soft loan to small hotels so that they can improve on the infrastructure or whatever they want to do, but something that would enhance the guest experience in your facility. 3
players were recognized under the People's Tourism Choice Awards. The first award was presented to Alison Caton of Isles of Reef Tours, Carriacou, for tour operations. Esther Book of Esther's Bar was awarded in the category of food and beverage, while Christopher McDonald received the award in the category for tour guides. 10 industry players were recognized under the Minister's Award, while the Special Achievement Award was presented to Sir Royston Hopkins, KCMG. The GT Awards were held under the theme Celebrating Successes, Looking to a Bright and Sustainable Future. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man.
Coming down to Grenada.
Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fetes, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids, Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious Soca and Groovy Monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest juve in the world, followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13th. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8th to 12th for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Welcome back. The Pest Management Unit in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands is promoting the safe use of pesticides among the nation's farmers. This week, a member of the unit engaged farmers in La Porterie, reminding them of the need to be safe when using pesticides. The session was organized by the Eastern Extension District of the Ministry of Agriculture. We have a report by Mina Brooker, Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture.
Promoting the safe use of pesticides, the Pest Management Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands engaged farmers in the La Porterie area on Wednesday, 16th July. The engagement served as a refresher for farmers, promoting self-protection, protection of crops and consumers when utilizing pesticides in their fields. Head of the Eastern Agricultural Extension District, Mr. Lincoln Mark, says the refresher is a part of other trainings in relation to pest management that the district has decided to pursue.
We would have taken the decision, right, that we would have a series of training on pesticide use and safety, right, because there are ways you could use pesticides that are safe. But if you follow the directions, then you could at least minimize on the negative effects.
The training was facilitated by Plant Quarantine Officer within the Pest Management Unit, Mr. Francis Noel. Noel, in his deliberations, reminded the farmers of the important elements when dealing with pesticides.
5 important things that you need to know when you're dealing with pests or you're dealing with chemicals. First, it should be effective. It should be economic. It should be safe. It should be practical. And it must be available locally. Whatever you're going to be using have to be available locally. And so once it's available locally, that means to have gone through the testing, the approval stage.
2 farmers, Cullen Charles and Aquino Paul, spoke of their experiences.
I've never been having any bad experience with the plants that I've been planting. The majority of them plants that I've been planting now is like watermelon. And just I feel like I know to get rid of some fungus. Yeah, but I don't really have any pest on them.
Pesticides is, for me, it's basically a good and a bad thing. Try and kind of limit the use of pesticides and try more natural ways in dealing with pests and diseases on our plots.
For the Ministry of Agriculture's Public Relations Unit, I am Mina Buka.
The principal of the T.A. Marichaud Community College says the future of tertiary education in Grenada looks bright as the college establishes partnerships to enhance its curriculum and programs. Dr. Jeffrey Britton says 2018-2019 academic year was a huge success. Several MOUs were signed that put the college in a better position to do more for the students and the entire country. He was at the time delivering remarks at the institution's 30th annual graduation ceremony on Thursday.
MOU was signed with TAMCC, BNTF, and the Telescope Community Group for the delivery of community-based skills training for the sum of $147,656. The college signed MOU with Brock University, University of the Virgin Islands, and a collaboration research agreement with the University of Prince Edward Island towards the sustainability of the future of small islands. An MOU signed with the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment to provide skills training program in relation to the Aspire Youth Project for the sum of EC $24,485. An MOU signed with the Ministry of Finance in relation to Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program to provide relevant skills training for the sum of EC $825,000.
Hopes are high as government and other international agencies continue to invest in tertiary education. Addressing TAMCC's 30th annual graduation ceremony, Dr. Britton announced the commencement of more outreach community programs and refurbishments of campus buildings for 2019 and beyond.
During the next academic year, we strive to accomplish the following. I will just give a few of that. We're focusing on guided pathways for a quality enhancement system. We're focusing on the change process in accordance with the existing realities. Seeking assistance for a temporary physical structure for the 6th Road campus in Carriacou while waiting on the implementation of the CDB Government of Grenada renovation project.
emphasizing on more outreach programs in the parishes, including Carriacou and Kitty Market.
On Thursday, more than 600 students graduated from 50 programs with associate degrees, technical diplomas, and certificates. And with this, we come to the end of the National Report for Friday, July 19th. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Was regarded by many as the best fete for Carnival 2018. This year, it's back, bigger and better. The second edition of the Waggy Tea Premium All-Inclusive Fete on Thursday, August 8th at 8 p.m. at the Montrouge Recreational Park. This is not just a fete, it's a total premium all-inclusive affair. From Trinidad, Ravi B and the band Karma. From Barbados, Peter Ram. From St. Vincent, Skinny Fabulous.
'Cause when we roll, we don't roll alone.
And from Grenada, Jefferson Ramirez and Solid the Band, Inspector, Dash, Wasways, Shortpree, Fawn, DJ Chemist, and Danny. Early bird tickets cost $350. Prepare to be amazed.
It's coming, the new family of EC Polymer Notes.
What is different about these notes?
The feel.
Polymer notes are made from a thin plastic film which makes the notes feel smoother than the paper notes.
The orientation.
The notes have a portrait orientation. You will read the notes from top to bottom instead of left to right as you do with the paper notes.
Unique tactile feature.
The front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you.
Holographic foil strip.
This feature is on the $20, $50, and $100. When you tilt the notes, the images and colors in this section will change.
New image on the $50.
The back of the $50 bears the image of former governor of the ECCB, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
New signature.
All the notes bear the signature of the current governor, Timothy N.J. Antoine.
EC Polymer Notes. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Only the few will see when you set the bar, but everyone will know when you've raised it.
Welcome to party. Hey, we are the greatest.
We have done it again in this, the era of greatness, with the biggest white.
We bring the most vibes.
Watch greatness unfold with Mr. Killer, Wasways, and Lava Man, and more of Grenada's best, featuring headliner Marshall Montano and the Monk Band.
We great, absolutely.
Be at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, August 10th. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com and all Sunshine Promotions box offices. The biggest white. It's where greatness lives.
We are the greatest.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.